I will surely tap on that website, because in Cambodia, we are also trying to get rid of a dictator. He's been in Cambodia, ruled Cambodia for over 34 years, too long, and his name is Hun Sen. And as a member of parliament from the opposition, I have had the honor, the privilege of taking Hun Sen to court. But unfortunately, that was a court in Cambodia. I took him to court as a member of parliament in 2009 when he accused me and he verbally assaulted me as a member of parliament when I was serving my people. I did so, take him, Hun Sen, to court, knowing that, of course, I would lose, but the challenge was too great. I wanted to take the whole justice of Cambodia to court, and I had the right to do so. I had the role because I was a member of parliament. Of course, I lost the case. He sued my lawyer. I went to court by myself for 2 years, but I learned a whole lot about how to stand up as a woman. And whenever I went in Cambodia, people asked me and said, that is the voice. People who could not read and could not write, but heard my voice, the 2 years of struggle. It is really worth it, and we must do it. As a woman, why do we enter politics? Why do we leave our children? Why do we get discriminated? Why do we have to every day go to parliament and really struggle through it if we're not doing it so that those who do not have a voice have a voice? Those who cannot speak can speak. So as a member of parliament, I think it is up to us whether you want to serve. You ask yourself, why are you in parliament? Another body you can use as a member of parliament is the international body. In Cambodia, we have been working on this campaign called Fighting to Stop Blood Sugar. What is blood sugar? Blood sugar is sugar that is made from sugarcane that is grown on sugarcane plantations. And those lands are land taken away, given away by the Prime Minister of Cambodia to his cronies, to these private companies that belong to his members of his family or members of his government or members of companies who support his regime. As a member of parliament, I have come to the EU Parliament many times to say to the EU Parliament, why are you still allowing Cambodia to use this provision called everything but arms? Meaning, especially agricultural products made in countries like in Cambodia, developing countries, can use the market in the EU market to sell the blood sugar. And as a member of parliament, I have access to the EU members of parliament. Access is one thing, but making it real, in taking it so that it can make a difference to our people is another thing. It's something that we just heard. The EU Parliament is like the Titanic. It's huge. It's difficult to change. But since we have that privilege, we have to use the privilege and come to the EU. It's a long way from Cambodia to Brussels, but we have to do it. In Cambodia, July of 2013, the tides turned. And that tide turned because the youth in Cambodia, because the people of Cambodia got the courage to go to the election and voted for change. Finally, the united opposition, I am a member of the opposition now, won the election, but it was stolen from us just 5 months ago. We are elected. We have jumped from 30% to over 48%, but we said no, we won the election. We're not going to take our seats in parliament. And now the parliament is blocked. Now the dictator, Hun Sen, finds and sees and feels that he can no longer lie to the world because the Cambodian people are standing up. We are blocking, we are not putting a stamp to legitimize the power of a dictator. Now we demand 3 things. We demand investigation of the huge errors, of the huge irregularities of the past election. We demand in-depth reforms of the electoral system in Cambodia, of the judiciary in Cambodia. And we demand early election, or we are not going to take our seats. Now, even the Parliament of Cambodia, the government of Cambodia cannot find legitimacy. But unfortunately, some members of the international community still want to work with the status quo. Still, we continue. And we continue with the civil society behind us. This morning, I was overjoyed when I saw on Facebook that Hun Sen has finally lifted the ban on public protests that started in January of the 4th of this year. From Christmas to New Year, there was blood on the streets of Phnom Penh again. You know, we came through genocide, where 2 million Cambodians were killed by the leaders, the Khmer Rouge. And Hun Sen is a former Khmer Rouge leader. The ban is lifted. We are overjoyed, but the battle is not over yet. From here, I go back home, and I know that I can be arrested anytime. And in fact, there is still a case against me, against members of the opposition, against the president of the opposition. But still, does it matter? It doesn't matter anymore. As long as we stand together, as long as members of parliament elected by the people, we are principled. As long as we know that we cannot go and we cannot wake up, we cannot live a day without saying to ourselves, asking ourselves, why are we serving the people? And how are we serving the people? I end here, and I would like to thank the Liberal International for inviting me here. I would like to thank, of course, the UN Watch. I speak at many levels. At the regional level, I am the chairwoman of the Women's Caucus of the Council of Asian Liberals and Democrats. We work on the rights of migrant workers. We work on behalf of the farmers who have lost their land. And I am very fortunate that I can still travel around the world, and that I will continue to speak for those who do not have a voice. And like our sisters who are victims of gender-based violence, I refuse to be a victim. I want to be a survivor. Thank you.